One of the examples of South African industries taking advantage of the huge appetite in the Chinese market is their thirst for our very own Methode Cap Classiques, or MCC. This proudly South African sparkling wine is made in the traditional French method. Having only started out in 1991, Graham Beck wanted to be a perfect example of Methode Cap Classique to the rest of the world. And indeed, with markets like China just waiting for that ripe taste of South African winery, it certainly is a clear example of what we have in store. The appetite for MCC in China has been phenomenal. Methode Cap Classique has put South Africa on the most important wine list.
2014 was a very good year for us, and this is the expression that will go to the market now.
Every year we've seen growth there, and I think Chinese people and the experience that I've got traveling to the country and promoting South African wines, there's certainly a thirst for learning more about wine and the way that wine can enhance your lifestyle, and I think there's the level of education and appreciation of good quality wines is certainly increasing, and that'll bode well for us taking our products over there and trying to sell them.
If China is our new emerging market, I think we still need to learn a lot more. I think we have to understand the consumer. China does come out of a red wine sort of experience. If you look at the important wines that sell in China, it's really the big guns, and they're all pretty much red. But I think the avenue for bubbly has been driven by champagne, and I always remain, and I will say that forever, we are the better alternative if you don't want to do champagne.
South Africa's sparkling wine is largely made in the traditional Methode Cap Classique, which is the same technique used in champagne. Rather than adding gas, it allows for a second fermentation in the bottle to create the bubbles organically. Graham Beck is one of South Africa's leading estates in the production of Methode Cap Classique. Affectionately known as Mr. Bubbles, Peter Ferreira is the cellar master at Graham Beck Wines in Robertson.
We are completely driven by our quality ambitions, and we believe if we are on a certain level of quality, it's just this point of departure. It has to be better the next year. So volume has got really nothing. We're extremely proud that we can be in many markets, and obviously I think the emphasis is export markets. Asia is opening up for us. We've had good success in Japan and the emerging market, China. I think it's a great opportunity for us. So we'll see how it goes.
As Graham Beck considers itself a champion for biodiversity, it has promised to conserve 5 hectares of land for every 1 hectare that they farm. In an industry that is intense with competition, this may be the element that gives Graham Beck that competitive edge.
Standard Bank 702-54-1 portal. Brought to you by Standard Bank 702 and Cape Talk. More at ewn.co.za.